It's stimulating, mind-expanding, safer to use than alcohol. It's
the Little Boys Room podcast.
Welcome back to the Little Boys Room podcast.
Yeah, it's the clown edition.
Oh, I forgot my squeaky shoes. Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. This is a last minute kind of
Yeah, this is
thing.
really thrown together.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I don't have any topics to talk about.
I might have one.
Oh, you know what? There was a topic, but it's on my phone. My phone's dead.
Yeah, is it called not burping in the fucking microphone? What's one thing that you do that you think people don't do? Like one little, like not a tick, but just like a habit or some shit. Like, because I feel like there's a lot that people do, but they think like
That
it's
other
just
people
me.
don't, right.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Oh, that's weird.
Right?
'Cause there's probably a few that I can't just think off the top of my head.
Exactly.
What are
Kinda
things
has to
that I
come.
do that other people don't do? I don't know. I don't know anything off my head.
Masturbate until I bleed.
Oh, you ever done that shit? Those,
Oh,
like,
it
those, like
happened.
blisters.
That's why I stopped doing dry, bro. You gotta get the lube in there. Come on, I'm not 13. I can afford Vaseline now. I got a job.
I'm a dry guy.
I can't. Cock's too big to go dry.
Too much surface area.
My hands just get tore up, you know?
What are things that I do that other people, or that I think other people don't do? That's an interesting one that I would probably have to come back to. Do you have like specific ones in mind?
I'm sure I had one. I did.
That's fucking weird.
I know, right? Like, it's a good fucking question.
Yeah, that's a really introverted
Future
look for
guests.
myself.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
That's fucking one for you.
Or if you're listening, DM it to us and we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. DM us shit that you do that you think people don't do.
Yeah.
Also, nudes. If you have any nudes. Preferably men.
Yeah. We're also taking DMs though. DMs. We're taking DMs for questions and topics that we want to talk about.
Yeah. Preferably nudes, though.
Yeah.
Do you have any... There's any
Tasteful dick pics.
big daddy bears out there?
God.
Or some young boy puss?
Young
Oh, fuck.
young boy puss. Ugh.
Almost kind of glad that Craigslist stopped the
Yeah.
classifieds. At the party, someone brought that up, and I was like, yeah, I know. I should check out our podcast.
Someone brought up the Craigslist thing?
Yeah. It was, I'm pretty sure it was Sam.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He asked me if I heard about it, and I was like, the thing where you took down the personals, right? And he was like, yeah. But he was also saying that apparently they changed, like, rules on communication for Xbox Live and shit.
Really?
Like, it's, like, they can, not they can look, but they have the ability to ban you and find you or some shit, like, if you say sexual stuff or, like, offensive
really?
shit. Yeah.
Huh.
But... I mean, it's...
I might get banned off Xbox Live. Like, I've already been banned from communicating
Exactly.
people for like 2 months at a time.
I want to say, like, it's not a big brother thing in the way that they're watching you and what you're saying. Like, let's say we're all in a party.
Right.
Like,
I think
it's
some
only if, like,
regulating.
someone, like,
Right.
reports. And then,
yeah.
and then
They have to take a look into it.
Yeah.
See, my mistake was when I was playing Overwatch a bunch, and I like competitive games. So there's always that like aspect of like me being angry because I'm a fucking micromanager.
Yeah.
You know, from the CS:GO days.
Yeah, the PUBG days now.
Yeah. Well, I try not to anymore, but you know, it's just habit, I guess. With Overwatch, I got so fucking angry, and me and so many people got into so many arguments, and people would always message me and be like, "You fucking suck dick, you fucking piece of shit, kill yourself." I'd be like, "Your mother's a fucking whore."
And then you'd get banned.
Yeah, and then I'd get banned. I'm like, come on, man.
Pussies.
People can never take it.
But they sure as fuck can dish it out, bro.
Brandon can take everything. 6 inches, 7 inches,
8,
8 inches.
9.
Well,
In diameter.
uh-huh.
I've been stretching.
Jesus. Is that a ping pong paddle?
It's a cheese wheel, bro.
Oh.
Do you know a yardstick? It's like that. It's a ruler.
A fucking cheese wheel.
It's about as like tall as one too.
That's
It's just all girth.
That's a horrible image to have in my head.
I know. Wait, so let's go back to the one thing you do that you think others don't do.
I don't have like any off the top of my head.
I was trying to think one for me, actually. I mean, I pick my nose a lot, but I think
everyone does that.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm younger and like picking them and like flicking them and shit. It's like I feel like there's something in my nose. I need to get it out before it kills me.
I feel like it's in the same vein as good hygiene.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, probably.
And I do make sure I wash my hands.
Oh, when I brush my teeth, I actually do brush my tongue though. I don't know if that's something someone else does.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I don't know if people do that or not.
You know, that's where the bad breath is.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's something I thought that I did that no one else does.
Well, you're just retarded because that's what we all should be doing.
Right.
Fuck, dude.
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because it makes you think about yourself and things that you do.
Yeah.
I know that when I lay in bed, I'm sure this is all men. Like if I'm laying in bed just watching TV at like 12 at night, I'm just like touching my balls for no reason.
Oh yeah, no.
Just like for no reason.
It's comfortable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
home.
There's no pleasure in it. I'm just
No.
touching my balls in like a weird way.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like, oh fuck yeah. It's just like
Hand on your dick.
it's like what the fuck are these?
Playing with the skin.
Yeah, I've done that and found bumps before. I'm like, do I have fucking cancer?
No, those are what are they called? They're foresight spots. It's the hair follicles. There's one thing, I'll be laying in bed and I've noticed it like a few times. It's mainly with like screens and stuff, but I've done it when I was a kid too. Like I was in a rocking chair and I'd look down on the carpet and like I get this weird vision thing where it seems like I'm really fucking high up. It's like vertigo kind of, but
yeah.
I don't get sick, but it's like a weird focusing. And there's some shit when I'm watching TV from my bed, because you know, my like desk in bed, it seems like the room, not like it stretches, but it like something like fucking flips and then the room's really long.
Right.
And it's just tiny and shit. Something like
Yeah, that sounds like
I don't think that's like something I do. It's just involuntary.
Something that happens.
Yeah.
That's something else. Yeah, that's not something you're like
actively doing.
Yeah, you're something going out to do. It's just kind of happening.
Yeah.
Something I like purposely do that I don't think other people do. I have no idea. Like off the top of my head. Like, I mean, we can give it a week and I'll probably have a few.
Yeah. Start thinking about shit.
Right. Tuck my boners underneath my belt.
See, I don't do that.
No, I don't do that either. Well, the other thing is I'm not 13. I don't get erections in public anymore.
I've tried that once, and it's just like
Too big?
no, it doesn't hide anything. Yeah, it's like half of it sticks out. Unless I'm wearing my pants low as fuck, like I'm some girl in the 2000s, the low-rise jeans, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's the joke fashion. Right? Like,
I don't know.
what are some weird like shower habits?
You know, that's what I was actually thinking of, was like weird shower habits. And then
I don't wash my feet.
I don't wash my feet. No, you know what? Sometimes I do.
And like once a week, I'll be like, you know what? I had a really like hard day at
Oh,
work.
you know what?
I'll
I
wash
don't
my
wear
feet.
socks a lot,
Huh.
but I think that a lot of people do that.
I saw someone do that the other day.
Yeah, I fucking don't like socks all the time.
I do.
Because I wear flat top. I would just wear flat top Vans, so I just wear those on sometimes. But the issue with that is if you do it too much, they start to absorb sweat off your feet, and then your shoes feel wet, and it's like,
Oh, gross.
yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
So that's why you have so many pairs of shoes.
It's actually where I'm wearing socks right now because I want to avoid that feeling.
Dude, summer's here. I fucking feel it. Summer's here and it's April.
I'm getting some Birkenstocks.
Fuck. I'm gonna get tickets to Alaska.
Are we moving to Alaska?
Yup. Nah,
What part? Anchorage? You want to go to Anchorage?
No, Juno, like the movie.
Wait, were they in Alaska?
No,
already?
that's just her name.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
I skip steps. When I go up the stairs, I will go in twos.
I do that too, but that's because we have lanky legs, I think.
Yeah. Long, powerful walker's legs. Yeah.
That's such a fucking weird thing. Because I'm doing it, but like I'm not doing it with the intent of being like, I just get nobody else fucking does this.
Yeah. But I think I came up with the question with the idea in mind that like sometimes you think you're weird.
Oh.
Because like, oh, I'm doing this. Like the whole world might not do it.
It might not be physical things I do. I think in terms of how I think about things.
True.
Is the most one that comes out.
I can only listen to like, not only, but I prefer to listen to music by the album and in chronological order. Like if I want to check out a new band, I have to start from their first, go to their second. Yeah, I feel like you're doing
them injustice.
Yeah, from like skipping around because like there's a reason it came out in that order because it came out in that order. So why are you gonna go to fucking
With me, I don't purposely like this. I'm gonna start off in chronological order. I always start off wherever I found the album, kind of just move my way around and see what's going on, and then eventually I'll just download the whole discography and just start listening to everything.
Oh, you steal music? Yes. Fucking bitch.
Like I think like Queens of the Stone Age was like that for me. With Queens of the Stone Age, I think I actually did do it in chronological order, but that was just out of chance. Like I think I moved on from Caius, and then Caius did the split EP with Queens of the Stone Age when they were breaking up, and then Queens of the Stone Age went on to do their self-titled.
Yeah. I know I did chronological with Black Sabbath because
that's a good thing.
They had their first one at the Streetlight in Santa Cruz for like $5-6. I was like, fuck yeah! So I bought that, and then
which
like
is
a
also
month
their
later,
most like bluesy jazz album.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Like the second song, it's not called The Wizard, is it?
NIB?
No, that's like their third.
I can't remember.
It's called The Wizard.
Self-titled.
Hold on, let's consult my music library.
Wait, no, isn't it Wicked World, or is that the fourth?
I don't know.
We're fact checking ourselves, people.
It's The Wizard, yeah.
It's The Wizard. Yeah, Wicked World is the fourth song.
That's good.
Yeah, I think Black Sabbath, you should listen to their first 6 albums.
Because what's after Volume 4?
Volume 4.
Or is that Master of Reality?
No, Volume 4 is their fourth. So it's Sabbath. Or it's,
Paranoid did not come out in 70, did it?
Yeah, it did. It came out before Master of Reality.
Well, yeah, but they're saying their first one came out in 70.
Yeah, they produced those albums in like 3 years of each other. It was a really short time frame.
Fucking Beatles. Beatles did up.
So it's Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Master Reality, Volume 4, then Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, and then Sabotage.
Yeah.
And Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and Sabotage are actually my favorite Sabbath albums.
That's weird.
And then after that, I think it's what is it? Never Say Die.
Yeah. Oh, that was a weird noise.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. It was like a half mouth snort. I don't know.
It was a mouse trying to escape from your body.
See, I did chronological with Death Cab. You know what started that? Me and Aston, when I bought that bass, on the ride back, we were talking about like music that, what was the first act that like showed you what music was? Mine was Modest Mouse. Like
you mean like the first time I listened to music, I was like, oh, this is music?
Yeah, like the one that was just like, oh fuck yeah, because when I was a kid, like I'd hear Derek shit, and I was just like, yeah, this is the cool thing because my brother does it. But like the first thing I found on my own, I would have to give credit to Modest Mouse, maybe even Cake.
Me and Tara were actually just having this conversation on the drive home because we were actually listening to Korn and we were listening to Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down. The first 2 albums that I ever owned, I didn't buy them myself, but the first 2 albums I ever got from my aunt were System of a Down's Toxicity and Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire, which are still 2 of just my favorite albums ever.
Yeah.
And then the first CD I ever bought on my own was Slipknot's Subliminal Verses 3. I heard it on MTV, and I heard when Duality came on, and then I remember that was when there was like that one store at the Great Mall, the music, where the Bed Bath & Beyond is.
Yeah, the Media Play.
Yeah, and I bought it there.
Where's Media Play?
And I used to listen to that like every night before I went to bed.
Yeah.
But I think like the first defining moment that I was like, oh, this is like music. Was,
like the thing that changed how you viewed the art music.
Oh,
Like, that's what I mean.
There was my understanding of music, and then there was, like, after a point of this band.
Yeah, it
Pantera.
was. Yeah.
I think there was my taste in music before, which was very much, like...
narrow.
Yeah, very narrow-minded, like, screamo music. And then my brother showed me Pantera, and I was like, oh, there's, like, being heavy without needing to scream a bunch.
Yeah.
And then there's moments after that where shit redefined how I listen to music. There's, like, when you showed me Modest Mouse, and then I started listening to Modest Mouse, then I understood, like, oh, alternative music.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember you tricked me into listening to Modest Mouse because you were like, oh, listen to Shit Luck.
Yeah, Shit Luck. They're like,
their one aggressive song.
Yeah. Me and him were saying, like, what if they made an entire EP with that Shit Luck sound? Just that hard fucking...
That'd be weird.
It'd be weird, but it'd be good. It'd sound hella good.
Yeah, I wouldn't think of it as a Modest Mouse album.
Which is why it'd be an EP.
Right. There's a few moments where I listen to music and it kind of redefines how I, like, appreciate music, and I think that was one of them. And then I started doing a deep dive into Modest Mouse. What's another good one? Fuck, I can't even think of any, like, off the top of my head. But, like, I think Pantera, and, like, when I started listening to Modest Mouse, and that's when I started listening to Listen to Crowded West, and then I moved on to, like, Moon Antarctic, which is still my favorite Modest Mouse album.
Yeah.
Queens of the Stone Age and Caius were two huge steps for me, and, like,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Queens of the Stone Age in specific was a big turn for me. And I think Like Clockwork was a really big example of, like, hey man, music can sound like this, and, like, you don't have to play like all your other albums.
Well, that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm talking like first.
Oh, well, I'm just going down the lines of, like, music at certain
Right,
points.
fair enough, yeah.
If we want to talk about very beginnings,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire.
Like, I think Cake was the first band where I started to listen to entire albums, and then I was like, oh, like, this is how music should be viewed.
You know what? I remember that exact moment too.
Yeah.
Where it was actually Metallica for me. And I remember being like, I remember posting because we were the first generation with shitty social media, and we're all horrible, and everything was on there.
We didn't know.
I remember posting something about listening to music and albums for the first time. I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to the albums. And everyone was like, that's how you're supposed to fucking listen to them, you idiot. And I was like, oh.
Wait, I said that?
No, I think it was Aston.
Oh, well.
Yeah. The first album I ever listened to fully in order was Master of Puppets. And I remember being like, oh, okay, you listen to albums in order.
It makes sense, because it does, like I was saying, it does them an injustice.
To just pull things out of context.
Yeah, I like this song, but, like...
You know what? I've been listening to the Black Album by Metallica. That album is actually super well mixed. If you go back and listen to it. Like, from start to finish, it's a really well-sounding album. It's not my favorite songs, but, like, the fucking drums on that album sound so just, like, massive and heavy.
Do you know what album?
Simple, but massive and heavy.
Jack White's new one is mixed very well. That bass drum, like,
his fucking guitar tone,
dude,
in songs like Over and Over and Over. It's like, this is like stoner rock. It's like
cuts right fucking through, dude.
It's a very clean fuzz.
Yeah. It's that was good. It was a good good thing he did.
He made a good move. And you know, I think last time we were talking, I got him confused. We were talking about Blunderbuss and Lazzarato. I like Blunderbuss, not Lazzarato, as much. Okay. I think I said it vice versa last time.
Verse versa.
Verse versa.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cake was the first one that I was like, okay, like, whole entire things.
Right.
And Modest Mouse was like, oh, fucking music is much more than just, like...
Right.
Because before that, like, I remember middle school, all my tastes were just, like, what I heard my brother and sister playing.
Right.
And that's it. And then, like, I think the first Cake song I heard was Never There. And I was just like, this is kind of goofy. Like, I was almost ashamed to, like, enjoy it. Like Cake sound for a while, I was kind of like, this is, like, fun, quirky shit. But, like, I feel like I'd get made fun of for playing it. And then I, like, delved deep into them. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this is actually, they're really fucking good. Like, what's it? Oh, my God. Comfort Eagle? No. No, it's Prolonging the Magic with like World of Two, Mexico.
Right.
Fucking that's such a good album.
I've never really deep dived into Cake.
Yeah, it's worth the stroll.
Sure.
I mean, they're not a main band for me now.
Right.
But
I
I appreciate them.
I'm forgetting a major one, and it was the first time I heard Tool.
Oh, I remember I got stuck on Lateralus for like a week because I was chilling with Adriel, Kyle.
So what happened with me was we're going to some dinner, and me and my brother were in my uncle's car. Mm-hmm. And my uncle always had good taste in music, and he was a Tool fan. And he showed us fucking Prison Sex for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I remember him like explaining the lyrics and being like, it's a full circle because like now he's raping other people. And I was like, what? Music has meaning?
Yeah, I got obsessed with those lyrics for a while.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, blood, and come on my hands. Oh. Yeah.
We can probably do a whole podcast about Tool lyrics, but let's not get into it.
Yeah. Maynard.
I actually put a Tool sticker on my back window on my car now.
I saw that. Yeah. You, Taylor Mackin, the whole
well,
fucking world.
Tara both got us those.
Wow, what a lazy gift buyer.
That's what I said. I was like, oh, you just got me because you got one. You got Taylor one. What the fuck?
Yeah, two birds with one stone.
Yeah. Well, I used to have the dick wrench, but I lost it.
No, I had the dick wrench keychain. I lost that.
Right.
And broke off. What was I gonna say about Tool? What was I gonna say? You cut me off, you piece of shit.
I don't know.
We were talking about lyrics, right? Oh, writers, yeah.
Yeah.
Maynard, Isaac Brock. They're like my top writers. Like I would consider them like writers, not like lyricists or singers,
poets,
or whatever. Yeah, I would say yeah.
Maynard has an extremely heavy way of writing lyrics that I don't think
his shit comes with
popular.
so much weight.
Right.
Like Raiden too, like the delivery isn't like as heavy, but the content it's like ooh.
Yeah. Fuck. Tool's really good. In terms of lyrics, who would be my favorite? Shit, that's really Geezer Butler of Sabbath writes all the lyrics.
He writes all the lyrics?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've seen interviews where Geezer Butler says that like Ozzy's best gift is that he makes lyrics sound like his own.
Yeah.
And like absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the guy that wrote War Pigs and Iron Man. He wrote songs like Electric Funeral, fucking songs like Sabbath Bloody Sabbath or Killing Yourself to Live are fucking great if you like look at the lyrics.
It's crazy.
Modest Mouse though, I love Modest Mouse lyrics. Like I have
his
certain songs
one-liners and clips.
Yeah,
and
just
shit.
always stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Like what is it? You think you're moving your feet, but you're just moving the ground.
Yeah.
You think you're moving your mouth, or what is it? Fuck.
Oh yeah. I know that song.
Whatever. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, the beginning of Doing the Cockroach will forever be ingrained in my brain.
Yeah. Believe in neither, but fear 'em as well.
Yeah, it's great shit.
Please shut up. Yeah. What else? Who else is here? I enjoy Death Cab's writer. I don't know what the fuck his name is. No, it's I know it. It's something with a G or a D.
Hey, I know it.
Aston dropped some knowledge on me. That dude was with Zoe Deschanel. Fuck, what's his name?
Kirk Hammett.
No. Ben Gibbard. There's the G.
What a dumb last name.
Dude, his fucking hairstyle cuts, like his early 2000s shit, like that. Tell me why that kind of looks like Aston's hair.
Go to the middle photo. He looks like Rhett from Rhett and Link.
I don't know that.
Open up a new tab. And type in RHE.
Oh.
ETT. And Rhett and Link. And then go to images.
Who are these guys?
Those are YouTubers. The one in the glasses. He looks like the one in the glasses.
Oh yeah, huh? That's pretty funny. Yeah, but just like hairstyle.
Yeah, you know the thing
like,
is,
what is that?
I don't know. He looks so fucking goofy.
Yeah, he look. Oh, yeah, look there they are.
You know what it is? It's like because it parts so far up his head.
I don't see like that. Doesn't look too bad.
He looks like he's playing for backup for Kings of Leon. You know what's actually a good band is Kings of Leon.
I've heard that. I think Emily was into them. I don't know, but I've heard that.
Yeah, they're definitely not a bad band.
There is fucking one band I got into a hole with, like not listening wise, but like I was going to check them out, and they changed their name like after the first album, but they were like, it's not Animal Noises, but it's kind of like I'm not gonna say it's Arcade Fire either, but it was like a band that was like major alternative shit, maybe indie, but like they changed their I don't know, but I'm not gonna get down this whole.
Oh yeah, okay, fuck it.
Jesus Christ, I'm fucking gonna get.
What are some good band names you think that like still might not be used yet?
Bubble and Cum.
Oh, that's a good one. I've always wanted something with rodeo in it, like Rodeo Fire.
No, with that you need some alliteration.
Me and my girlfriend yesterday were talking about Rage Against the Machine, and it's like we're having an argument like, does he pronounce it rodeo or rodeo in Down Rodeo?
Yeah. Well, how
Oh, he says it rodeo in the song, but it's just to match the rhythm, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, it's to rhyme with the one, right?
Right.
Rolling down rodeo with a
shotgun.
shotgun. These people ain't seen a brown skin man since their grandparents
grandparents
bought one.
Wicka, 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 wicka.
Because rolling down rodeo with a shotgun. One. Well, I guess it still rhyme. Yeah, the rhythm. Guy and his fucking weed whacker all fucking day.
Sunday, man. He's just doing your work.
I didn't bring up a debate, but at work, I had this idea for a question.
Sure.
Like, so this person at work, he's trying to be a cop, so he's going through the process and shit, right?
Right.
And he was going through the lie detector thing where,
Right.
like, you sit down, and he was saying the shit was fucking brutal. Like, the way he described it, I was like, that's some, like, KGB shit. Like, they try and make you be nervous.
Right.
Just to see, you know.
How you react.
Yeah. And,
which those things are whole fucking bullshit.
yeah, no, not really. It's not, they know what
That
you're
you're
saying
lying,
it's a lie,
but
but they
Gauge how you're reacting.
yeah, and they know what reactions mean
What?
lying. Yeah, like they have some shit that test your heart, test the sweat, and they have shit strapped around your leg like you can't move and shit.
Right.
And then they get your baseline down, and then that's how they know. But he had to admit to like drug use and stuff. And I was thinking, like, wouldn't a cop want someone who's being honest about that shit? And if they're being honest and they haven't done it in like the last part of their life, like
I'd say 3 years minimum.
yeah, like why is that a bad thing? Like,
I don't know.
would you rather him lie because he thinks you want him to be clean, and then you find out like it's just weird, right? It's just weird.
Right.
So I was thinking, like, you know, like I don't think I'd like necessarily trust the person who's like completely clean, who has never done shit. And then there was this dude that I work with. He was like, yeah, like I've never done a drug. No weed, no stokes. He'll drink a beer and stuff, and like he's a cool
That's
guy.
a drug.
What?
That's a drug.
I know, but we're talking drugs in quotes. He drinks coffee and shit.
That's just a government regulated drug.
Oh, that's yeah. I know. You're so woke. Fuck. We're talking about drugs, bro. Alex just put a triangle on his forehead. He's woke.
Third eye. Yeah, my third eye is wide open for you. I can see the Illuminati from a mile away. Lizard people.
Shillery.
Pizzagate.
Yep. Gotta let a little kid.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
your coworker says he doesn't do drugs.
Yeah, so, and like, he was like, oh, so what, you don't trust me? And I'm like, I trust you as a person, but maybe, like, your views and shit are not.
A little closed off.
Yeah. And then
Drugs have done a lot of good.
It took a few hours to get to this question. But I was like, do people who haven't partook in like psychedelic drugs, like are their opinions and views, should they be regarded as like, see, and then like
Not
that's
invalid, if that's what you're gonna say.
yeah, not invalid, but as uninformed as someone who has. And then
Well, yeah, I think that's the whole thing, right? You can't knock it till you try it.
but then the thing is, like, you can get to you like can have the same ideas and not do those drugs.
That's true, but it takes a hell of a lot more, like,
Longer, right?
Yeah.
Or just, and that's
actually, I don't even think that's true. Some of the ways that psychedelics help you perceive things are not ways your brain normally functions.
yeah, like you can kind of get it mildly with weed. Like you can see, like, oh, I shouldn't really be a dick.
Well, weed can put you down a thought hole that, like, you just can't go normally because, like, you're not thinking that fucking hard.
Yeah.
Shrooms is, like, everything looks different. Shadows and light is perceived differently, and, like, all of a sudden your brain is thinking about things in certain ways that you're like, what? Mm-hmm. I've never done acid.
You've never done acid?
No.
Oh.
No one's ever had acid around me, so.
It was at Coachella. So I was on a mixture of like shrooms and acid, and I was just laying down in the grass, and I remember hearing this girl performing, and like the song was about some like breakup stuff and like relationship shit. My first thought was like, oh, this is kind of like dumb, like this kind of lame. And I'm like, wait, but I like songs where guys sing about the same shit. So I was like, so then what's, and then it just clicked. I'm like, oh fuck, we're all people. like gender is like the step up, but the step below gender is like we're people. Like we're all fucking humans. We all do the same shit. Like we're all the fucking same. Relative, like, you know.
Right. I think that difference from psychedelics and like how people think hard about things is like, I guess it depends on what we're referring to, what we're talking about, and what their opinions are on. If their opinions are talking about psychedelics and how they affect you, their opinions are completely fucking invalid.
True. Yeah,
because
it really does.
Because taking psychedelics and how that affects you is not something you can easily describe.
So then, what if we talk about like ethical shit, like stuff about gay marriage, death.
Well,
penalty
I think
and shit.
I think that comes down more to the ethics of the person, how their morality is.
But wouldn't one's ethics change if they've done psychedelics? And then that's where you get into the thing, like, can two people arrive at the same ethics? One
sober,
not,
and
yeah, exactly. And then that asks the question, like, well, does it matter which path they took? You know, like
Right.
it's a loaded.
Well, I think the thing is with morality, those aren't so intertwined with psychedelics. I mean, sure, I have some opinions that psychedelics probably helped me reach, but I don't think, like, you know, there isn't like an opinion like, oh, people matter. It's just an opinion that people have taken shrooms have in their life. I think some people just have that opinion, right? I guess you would need to ask certain questions and we'd have to gauge it.
Yeah, and I'm not quite there yet. It's still in its
it seems like adolescence.
Yeah, like the question, I feel like it's on the right path, but the way I phrase it and ask it, it kind of entices a certain answer.
Yeah, and
it's always like, no, of course their opinions are the same or like they're
Right.
equal, but like that's not just. It's weird.
I think it also comes down to how people take drugs, or not how they ingest them
True.
personally, but how they react
in
to
the
them.
set. Oh yeah, I was thinking like you get those douchey guys like, yeah, we're gonna drop some acid.
Well, yeah,
and
that's exactly what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Like how people take drugs, what they're taking them for, and how they're reacting.
Yeah.
You know, I've known people that are taking drugs and they're just like, yeah, pretty colors, and it's like, and I'm like thinking about shit that like I never thought about in my fucking life, and like it feels like half my brain is finally being used. It just sits there dormant.
Yeah.
And then there's people there's like,
Yeah, I was never one to take shrooms willy nilly. Like I like to plan.
I
so
went
the next
I
day
went through down a rabbit hole
of just doing shrooms.
Just doing shrooms. I remember there was one day in specific where it was like a Sunday night and it was like 6 o'clock and I had nothing to do the next day. I was like, fuck it.
See,
I took half an eighth and then like I realized I didn't have cigarettes and I had to ride a scooter about from where the townhouse was down to Ernie's.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling like just a fucking comet flying down the street because I was listening to Caius.
Nice.
And then I remember like when I started coming back, like I panicked and I had to stop and rail and had Seth come pick me up.
Oh, poor baby.
Shrooms, I think with shrooms, people don't know what shrooms do in specific. Shrooms do a hell of a lot of good for you in the way that you like react to things.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite color ever that I've ever seen in my life is while I was on shrooms. It's the color orange that cigarettes get in the middle of the night, like that orange glow.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite color. And I don't know how to explain that to people when I can't talk about drugs. I don't know. One of the funniest moments ever in my entire life is when I was taking shrooms with Seth, DJ, and Henry. And we took them up Mount Hamilton. All of us started tripping, and then the park started closing, so we had to leave. And Henry was driving while tripping balls. So we finally get back to our townhouse. We just start tripping, and me and DJ are in my garage. And I have this thing. Oh, you want to talk about things I think I do that other people don't do? When I take shrooms, I like to push it to like the extent, because I've realized that the way that psychedelics work is it's your brain is reacting to light and dark a lot more sensitively than it was before. So my reaction was, well, what if I take away all the sound and all the light and I sit in a dark room? So I've done this on 2 times. I went in my garage, turned off all the lights, so it was pitch black. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
And there's no noise. And then me and Seth were fucking with lighters. And we were moving around and just fucking with lighters. And it's like one of the trippiest things because the afterglow stays there for maybe like 10 or 15 seconds after, and it looks like it's moving. And at one point, Seth like moved towards me, hit a lighter, and then moved away. And his face looked like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like,
abort.
Yeah, no, if you do shrooms, because
We're
shrooms,
not saying you should do shrooms, but if you do
them. If you take shrooms, one thing that I want you to think about is how it makes everything intense. So if you take away other things in comparison, how much more intense is it going to make that one thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I did the dark experiment and the no noise experiment, or I did the like overabundance of light and stuff. So then when something else happens, how much in contrast is it?
Yeah.
That's how I think when I'm on psychedelics, which is weird, I think.
Good way to think, yeah.
But that also led to the times that me and DJ were in the garage with all the lights off and we're listening to Tool, and Ions came on, and that's when me and him both realized it was a trash can just being hit.
Yeah.
We were both like in the garage, and Ions is a song where it's like supposed to sound like thunder, I guess, right?
Thunder and like ions.
Yeah, it's like a metal sheet.
Yeah.
And man, I remember looking at DJ in the dark and be like, is that just a fucking trash can?
That is just a fucking trash can.
Yeah.
I saw some YouTube post saying the beginning of prison sex is a piano being destroyed. And I'm like,
Yeah, I've actually seen the video of them destroying the piano.
really?
Yeah. No, it's the beginning of Intolerance. The very beginning of the album where it's that ripping noise.
He's smoking a bong, bro.
Wait, is it prison sex or Intolerance?
It's prison sex
Okay,
because it
where
sounds like
it's a-
fucking
it's
bed
a-
strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they pushed a piano off a ledge, and then they put they were fucking with the sounds that it was making, and one of them put a microphone in the piano while one of them was hitting it, and it's like the chords moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you hear one start to tighten, and then it stays tight.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like I've seen the video of them pushing the piano off like a dock.
Find it for me. Send it to me.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that. It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. When you see the video, then you kind of like you'll never unhear it. You're just like,
Oh.
okay, that's what that is.
Yeah, sounds like crazy.
Me and you have never done psychedelics together.
Haven't we?
No.
Almost kind of don't want to. I feel like I'm done with it.
I feel like I am too, but I also feel like we should just.
I would do acid with you for your first time.
Do
you know how
we
acid-
should get acid and we should do a podcast together, all tripping balls.
Oh my god! I walked into that party, and somebody was like, "Hey man, you some nice tricks there on your board." I'm like, "Yeah, I nailed it." They're like a hammer, bro. It was
Wait, someone did that to you?
like it was like two or three heads. They were like, "Yeah, man, like a hammer." It was fucking trippy. It was surreal.
Did like people recognized you because of it?
yeah, I was like,
that's weird,
I was
bro.
like, I gotta go.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I find it so surreal when people bring up topics we've talked about, and
Oh,
they're
I
like,
haven't
"Hey,
had that
man,
yet.
Nicole and Brandon Williams
Oh,
have both done
really?
it to me. They've both talked about topics with me that we've talked about." Seth the other day called me randomly, and it was
Yeah.
like talking to me about topics that me and you talked about, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Damn,
It's like people listen.
it's weird.
It's weird to think that people are listening right now. If you're in your car, take a left. The car starts flipping. Ah!
Idiots.
The whole idea of us doing a podcast, I feel like there's like such a pretentious level to us doing this
Yeah.
because me, you, and Aston over the years have been like, we're so fucking funny. We're so fucking funny.
And now we're doing is like, guys, I don't think we're that funny.
Yeah, now that it's like in the limelight. But yeah, we should do fucking psychedelics. Like, I'm not saying like let's fall back on the wagon and start doing them a bunch.
No, I think we need to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Me and you.
The last time I did psychedelics, you were there. I was just tripping with Tara.
Yeah, that's when Tara she kind of had a bad trip.
Yeah, she didn't know how to react.
Yeah. Was that her first time?
No, she took shrooms with me before that.
That's what I thought.
There was one time though where me and Tara took shrooms, and then like we met up after, and like we were both going to bed, and she like was starting to move over, like, and I looked at her face, and I thought the tripping was over, but I looked at her face, and her face started to morph, and I was like,
oh my God.
It just like turned around. I was like, I'm going to bed.
I don't remember having shit like that where people start to look fucked.
Oh, there's a specific one that I remember with Seth one time.
The Cheshire Cat one? The
No.
one
No. It was at the old house, the Fallwood house, and it was the first time I ever did shrooms. I got off work, and so I was like, "You want to do some shrooms?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And there was no one in the house that night. It was so weird because you know how like that house was just always packed with people.
Yeah.
It was just me and him chilling in the sunroom with like a candle on.
Oh shit.
And this is why I've come to the conclusion that light and dark makes a difference, because we were sitting in the dark with one candle for maybe about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we're getting ready to go for a walk, and he turns on the light, and it like I wasn't ready for it, and like no, like everything scared me because like I wasn't used to how everything looked, and I was like, whoa. And I started panicking, and I remember like walking up to him and getting really close to his face, and his face looked like clay that was constantly shifting around his face.
Yeah.
And like I like almost fell backwards, and I sat on the couch, and like we had like the popcorn ceiling, and it looked like a giant snake moving around. Like with shrooms, you're not seeing hallucinations; it's patterns that start to look different, and your mind starts to freely associate them with things. I think that's what's happening. I don't know about acid.
Acid, it's vibrancy and color. It's not what like
I've seen
the
that
media makes it seem.
Yeah,
Where
it's
like
just you're seeing unicorns and shit.
It comes in waves for sure. Like it'll peak and then pull back and then peak and stuff.
Right.
But I've never. I'm trying to remember the Coachella trips, but those are mixed in with shrooms, so I'm not gonna say.
Those aren't like pure acid trips.
Like when I did acid at the aquarium, I did like a half tab, but I was tripping for like 8 hours, and like nothing. That might have been because it was just a half tab, but nothing was like there was no pattern. Acid is very easy to function on. Not like shrooms. Shrooms like you need to put a day and a day and a half.
You're gonna have to relax here for a second.
Like you can we could do acid and then like take a walk, go to a park.
Right.
It's just the thing on acid is like you're worried about people knowing you're on acid.
Are you with me or against me?
Yeah, exactly. That's why fucking Coachella was the best, because the entire place was on drugs and like security couldn't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, how are they gonna stop that?
Oh, I remember the last day I wore my fucking security shirt and I was walking through a crowd and they were all like down on the floor, like it was the field, and they were like sitting, and I just kept seeing eyes fucking trace me. I'm like, why is everyone staring at me? And I was like, fuck, my fucking security shirt.
Ever thought you're fucking security?
Yeah,
you should have just had a joint walking around.
I think I had my purple bandana and my aviators on.
So you actually look like
I look like
security.
security. Yeah, my fucking sleeves were rolled. It was, dude, hella just like fixed eyes. I'm like, what the I was staring back like, hey, like what?
Dude, psychedelics are like, I don't think we've talked about psychedelics. Has Aston done like shrooms or acid? Do you know?
Maybe shrooms. I don't know.
But if acid is manageable, that makes me want to try acid.
Oh yeah, acid is. I think I'd much rather do acid than shrooms.
Really? Because I really like shrooms.
See, I like shrooms too, but the fact that they're fucking so intense.
Yeah, that's true. You know what my favorite thing to do on mushrooms is if you have a group of people, go for a walk. and like it feels like you're on a roller coaster because like you're just trying to keep up with the momentum of everybody else.
Yeah.
So like if you see things, like you just pass by it and you're like, oh, I'll see you later.
No, I remember one time I did shrooms. It was with Emily, her friend Deanna, her brother, and like her brother's friends, and we were at it was like a Monday or a Tuesday or some shit. It was during the week, but I had the next day off, so I met up with them after work around 6. I took my shrooms, and it got dark, so we packed up shop and shit, right? And I took my car, and they took 2, so we like drove in a pack back to her house, and it was like 10 minutes away or so, but I put on Planet Caravan. Oh, it was so dope, dude. It felt like magical. Like
being in cars in shrooms is
the lights. I love the light flare, the like starry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see that sober, and I'm like, is this a flashback or is my eyes?
I've
just
had
messed
people
up?
tell me that they've had that happen to them. Like they've been sober, and all of a sudden they see things like it's tripping again, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I've had a few moments like that where like things like feel like I'm tripping all of a sudden.
I want to say it's just like my eyes are dilated, so it looks at the light
A little bit differently.
the like, I don't know, like not the flare, but you know how like when you look at street lights and it has that weird like cross pattern thing?
Yeah.
Shrooms will have like a special one.
Oh, do you mean
sometimes-
when you like hyper focus and like all you can see is like the flare and it shows you like the lines?
It's not focused. Like I'll just be staring in my car and like I'll just see that like that 8-starred fucking flare on the
I
light.
do that shit all the time.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
I just zone out so I can see them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah, we should do like acid. We should do acid with acid.
You know I have shrooms.
Do you still have shrooms?
I still have from when I sold. I have like a 3-gram stem. It looks like a fucking like
Really?
break off from a tree. Yeah. And then I have that, and then like a bunch of dust.
How long are those good for?
They're fucking shrooms, man. They're good forever.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm sure there's mold on there. And
Yeah,
shit,
no,
but that's good.
Yeah.
Do you hear the story about when Julian did shrooms with like I think Haley, Adriel, and like some other
No,
heads?
did you have a bad trip?
Well, they bought the shrooms and it came with a bunch of this blue mold. So Julian scraped all the mold off and did that too. Yeah, like he fucking went in. Like I think he scraped the mold off them, but off theirs or something.
And then like took their mold?
Yeah, and then took his and then
Fuck.
took his shrooms. Yeah, apparently he like locked himself in the bathroom for an hour or so, and he comes out and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" Like they were like worried, like they were trying to bang on the door and shit. They're like, Julian, what's going on? And just quiet, and then he just comes out like, "Hey."
Fuck, man. Last time me and Dad were tripping, we were like hanging out in like the creek by our house where like the ramparts are with like the cement.
Yeah.
And we were staring out in the sky, and then we kind of look down and we both look at the sky, and then all of a sudden there's like 4 airplanes, all the clouds are moving super fast, and the moon's coming up.
Oh, what
me,
the
and- me and
fuck?
her were both like, "What the fuck?"
That fucking freaked me out.
Yeah, it was just so much happening. at
Chemtrails.
once. Yeah, and then there was a cloud coming in from night, and it looked like the rhino from James and the Giant Peach. I was like, "Oh fuck."
Fuck that.
Yeah, but I think one of the funniest things ever on shrooms is like I was calling Seth on the phone, and it might have been you when you were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm tripping," and like I look over and like Tara's talking to someone on the phone. And I was like, "Tara, who are you talking to?" And she's like, "No one."
She just pulled out her phone.
Just fit in with the club.
I gotta do what he's doing.
I was like, "Okay."
Oh fuck, that's great.
Yeah, it was fucking funny.
My funnest time on psychedelics was acid at the aquarium because as soon as it hit, we were just cracking jokes the
Right.
entire time. Like we stayed there until they closed, and I was like, "All right, guys, they're gonna turn off the holograms. Let's go." shit like that.
Right.
Like there was a. Do you know that tube where it fills up with water?
Yeah.
I was like, "You're drowning them! Get them out! You're drowning them!"
The employees were like, "These fucking assholes."
We scared a lot of the kids and stuff. Like we apparently outside or not apparently they have benches outside that are like they're soft but they kind of shake. So me and Austin like we were on the fucking bench and we were like rocking. We're just like and like I guess this mom and her kid walked out, stared at us and like turned around and walked right back in. And the rest of them were all just fucking laughing about it. It was great.
I want to go to the beach and trip.
I was thinking we should I got those shrooms. We can hit up Eric, get the acid.
Yeah. Wait, shrooms and acid?
No, just one or the other.
One or the other here, bud.
I think I'd rather do acid. Aston, also blur out that name again.
Yeah, please. Wait, I don't think Eric Garcia gives a fuck.
I know, but you don't know.
Eric Garcia.
What's his middle name and social, please?
Yeah, shout out to Eric Garcia. He also has a clothing brand called Negative.
Is that his? I
Yeah,
want to say
that's
I've
his.
seen that. Okay,
Yeah.
nice, right on. Yeah. You wanna take a little breaky poo?
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right, guys. This has been
The little
Miho's room.
The little Muse.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.